Once you finish doing your recipes, you want to always make sure to refresh your starter. I have this nifty jar that tells me what the jar weight is. So my scale is at 0, and I'm just going to set that on here. My jar weight is 605. So whatever measures out to, it's just 724. So it's about 100 grams of starter in here. So in order to refresh this, I'm going to add in 200 grams of water and 200 grams of bread flour. So we'll just do that really quickly. I just wanted to sort of make a little note about how you sort of can find a rhythm in the kitchen. Like whenever I'm baking multiple recipes at once. So finding a way to and like with sourdough, there's always gaps, right? Sourdough loves time. The fermentation process loves time. So how do you fill in those spaces? So I might mix a sourdough and then work on another recipe, either making dinner or breakfast or whatever time of day that I'm working on that, or I'm making enough sourdough starter to make multiple things at once. That way I've got options when I'm, going to feed the family or myself. So I've got my 200 grams of water. I'm going to tare this again. It's not working for me. Oh yeah, there we go. So I'm going to add 200 grams of flour. You don't have to be that precise too. Like we're just aiming for, a double of whatever starter you have with flour and water. So if you have 1 gram of starter, you're going for 2 grams of flour, 2 grams of water. But when you're at home, you really don't have to be so picky. It's really just about giving your starter food to eat, essentially. I'm gonna just mix this up in here. But yeah, you might not always nail it, right? Like today I nailed it. I had exactly enough for the 3 recipes that I wanted to make. And so I didn't have a lot of discard or, leftover starter. And I don't know about you, but I really hate throwing things away, especially when it comes to food. I remember getting really guilt-tripped, for leaving my plate empty as a kid. And I don't know if that's like fast forwarded into today and how I make decisions, but you might have some what they call sourdough discard. I like to call it bonus sourdough or aged, but it's not a great feeling to throw it away. So I try to actually save that flour because it's like still got the fermentation in it. You've invested all this time in it. So there's no point in throwing it away. It's still got the health benefits of that fermentation. So what I'll typically do, and I'll show you, is I will keep a bowl or a jar of just my discard in the fridge. And I'll just keep adding to it. So this is my little jar of discard or bowl. So this is actually probably like 3 refreshes worth. And then when I go to make a recipe that's not necessarily sourdough, I can basically use this to spike whatever I'm making with this extra gut healthy fermentation. So, I've been really into muffins lately and protein muffins. So I will take use some of this into those muffin recipes because it's not as imperative that I have a strong starter for those, but I still want that fermentation in my recipe. So just a little tip for you, if you have starter, extra starter, you just throw it in a jar or a bowl. Make sure there's a little bit of room. Sometimes it's still got activity and it wants to grow. But just save that in your fridge. Like you can use it at any time. Just try to, find ways to use it. For me, it's like exciting to have a challenge of constraints. So it's like, what can I make? It's like I treat every day in my kitchen as like an episode of Chopped. Like, here are the 5 ingredients that I have in my pantry. What can I make out of there? Okay, so I'm just gonna mix it till it's incorporated. I don't see any flour, and just leave that on my counter. Usually you'll put like a band around here to sort of know when it's starting to get some activity. And when it starts to rise a bit, I'd say between 3 and 4 hours, then I'll pop it in the fridge and I'll save it for the next time that I want to bake.